discussion about the Blake Griffin tenure and then the big off season, among other things. So I hope you guys do enjoy the video, and if you have any feedback, you can go ahead and leave it in the comments for me. And yeah, cheers, guys. Appreciate it.
So I think it's safe to say that Blake Griffin and Pistons fans aren't really on the best of terms at the moment. He's taken to a recent podcast to kind of, voice his response about, a lot of the chitter chatter on Twitter between Pistons fans and Blake, and, it kind of a beck and call and kind of a realization that a lot of these NBA players and a lot of athletes and big celebrities in general, they see what people say on social media. I mean, it doesn't go unseen. So obviously his return to LCA last year, it came with, high intensity, high competitive spirits. There was maybe a couple elbows thrown, and obviously some chitter chatter along the way as well. A lot of it, I think, was all in good fun. I think the media kind of, took it and ran with it in terms of trying to create, certain narratives. But all in all, I think things really worked out for us. A lot of people say that, oh, we're screwed and we all the assets we lost. But at the end of the day, these were deals that were made by a guy that's not even currently, a part of this organization anymore, in Stan Van Gundy. He was one of his many failed experiments over his time here in Detroit. So it's time to let bygones be bygones, and it's time to move on and look to the future, because there's a lot of things to be excited about. Of course, I got to talk about the number one overall pick, which, obviously was the consensus this year. I don't think there was a ton of debate. I think everyone in the top 10 in terms of chances to get the number one pick, I think most people, the best bet was going to be Cade Cunningham. Cade's his value in the current market right now is, it's at an all-time high. He just does everything so well. He scores on all three levels, plays defense. He distributes to his teammates. He makes everyone around him better. He's got the full package. He's not obviously the most athletic, but if you had to name one weakness and versus the multitude of strengths he has, it clearly outweighs the weaknesses. So him added to the core four, and also included, Saban Lee as well, who will probably end up spending some of his time this year in the G League. Things are looking very interesting at the moment. Depending on where the development comes along the way this year with our guys, Killian probably being the number one priority in terms of properly developing going into year two, being able to sink a consistent jump shot, and then obviously Isaiah and Sadiq being able to build off what they did last year. It's going to be crucial for Cade to be that connector that Troy Weaver mentioned this offseason, because with the arrival of Luka Garza, I'm sure he'll find his way into the rotation some point in the season. I don't know when. I think that's there's the timetables kind of out on that. With his improved speed, I think we're really going to see something interesting with him this year. And then obviously there's no timetable for Isaiah Livers, but that's another guy for evaluation this year. And then I think Luka working with Kelly Olynyk this offseason's been really big. And once he mentioned that in the press conference very recently, it's really going to shake things up for his development as well. But yeah, all in all, there's a lot of building blocks that are still in place that, it's going to take, it's like a, flower. You have to water it for it to grow. So it's not going to happen overnight. I think a lot of fans out there kind of want to win now. They're in a win now mentality, but at the end of the day, you have to weather the storm. You have to be patient. Our schedule this year is not going to do us any favors. We're going to have to work, we're going to have to fight and claw for every single win this year. So it won't be handed to us, which is going to honestly very much help this roster and this culture going forward. So there's no complaints on my end. But again, if you guys have any complaints, or just any interesting discourse that you want to leave in the comments, go ahead and do that. And you all take care of yourselves during this crazy time. All right, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.